What is up everyone, my name is Fred from Seals Gaming and today we're gonna talk about this freaking awesome game called Warhammer Vermintide 2. Warhammer Vermintide 2 is the newest release from the studio called Fatshark and is a sequel to the critically acclaimed Warhammer End Times Vermintide. The game is currently available on Steam, and if you want to check it out, I'll leave a link in the description below. Warhammer Vermintide 2 is a 4-person cooperative FPS taking place in an apocalyptic Warhammer world, where the Ratmen, also known as Skaven, has aligned themselves with a chaos tribe called the Rotbloods. When I first played through this game, I often thought about all the great times I had playing the Left 4 Dead franchise, and Vermintide 2 brings exactly the same feelings to mind. One could say that Vermintide 2 is Left 4 Dead on steroids.
Rat bastard! Alright, I'm on it, Gorrickson. Won't leave without ya.
The premise of the game is very simple. You hack, slash, stab and shoot your way through a series of beautifully designed levels set in a world torn apart by an apocalypse. This makes for a very immersive experience the first time you play through the campaign. There's no feeling quite like it when you hear a horde of screaming ratmen coming towards you and your allies as you brace yourselves for combat. In Warhammer Vermintide 2, you'll once again play as one of the 5 heroes from the original game, each of them with unique special abilities and passives. There's the Empire Soldier, who's kinda like this standard medieval knight equipped with a 2-handed sword and a shotgun. Then there's the Dwarven Ranger, a sturdy and witty fella equipped with a shield and hammer who can taunt all enemies around him. This guy can take a beating. Oh, and he has a flamethrower as well. There's also the Waystalker, a fast and agile elven archer equipped with a bow and either dual wielding daggers or charging in with a spear. This chick is fast and will make quick work of her enemies. And then there's the Witch Hunter Captain, a tall one-eyed man who commands the battlefield with either a sword or dual handguns. Last but certainly not least, we have the Bright Wizard. She can burn her enemies to ashes from afar or cut through them with her flaming sword like they were hot butter. As you play through the game with your chosen character, you earn experience which unlocks different subclasses for your hero, along with talent points, weapons and cosmetics. I think this really helps you form a bond with the character you're currently playing, and it also helps you define your role in a 4-man party, which is always nice. The sequel also brings you a fair amount of new enemies to fight, such as heavily armored Chaos Warriors, Berserkers and Bile Trolls. However, it still contains all the special enemies you might know and love from the first game, such as Gutter Runners, Rattling Gunners and Storm Vermin. But the big difference between this game and its predecessor shines through in the boss fights. It's an awesome feeling when you walk into an arena with a big badass boss, and it really puts a finality to each chapter of the campaign, which I really like. In combat, the gameplay experience can vary a lot depending on which of the 5 characters you're playing. You might want to be a bastion and absorb all the hits while blocking, or dodge around your enemies in order to get to an advantageous position, or even rain down death upon the hordes from the backline. There is a playstyle for everyone, but you cannot avoid the occasional panic hack and slash when you're surrounded by raging Chaos Warriors. Going into this game, I had concerns about it being repetitive, and this could easily be the case for Vermintide 2. Were it not for the difficulty settings and the loot and crafting system. In the game you have the option of playing on difficulties ranging from Recruit to Legend, with Legend being the most challenging. But in order to unlock the higher difficulties you must have a certain power level, which ties very well into the game's loot system. And on top of the increased difficulty you can also find tomes and grimoires throughout the levels, which if brought to the end of the level will increase the value of the reward you receive after completion. I think this is a really good way to reward players for replaying and exploring the levels, and I really do enjoy this aspect of the game. The loot system in the game rewards the player for completing increasingly difficult tasks. After the completion of a level, players are rewarded with a chest, which rarity depends on how many bonus objectives the party completed during the level. The items in these chests increases in power level as the player levels up their character, thus allowing you to take on harder challenges. This really helps underline a sense of accomplishment after completing a very hard map on the difficulty best suited to you. And if you're like me and like being rewarded for doing good, well, then that's just a plus. In addition to the loot system, there's also the crafting system. This allows you to salvage equipment that you no longer need and instead use the materials gained to create your preferred weapon or piece of equipment. I think this is a really smart way to always make you feel like the gear you obtain is useful in some small manner, even if you just completed a map below your skill cap. Graphically, the game looks very nice on the highest settings, and it is playable on the lowest settings, but I would recommend that you play the game on at least a graphics setting of medium for a more immersive and entertaining experience. Additionally, I did experience some frame drops here and there, and several teammates experienced some crashes during our journey, which took a lot away from the immersive experience and fun gameplay this game has to offer. The sound also has a tendency to go out of sync or completely cut out in this game. This is really a frustrating thing because you really do rely a lot on sound in this game to identify threats. That being said, however, this is probably just optimization issues, and during the making of this review there has already been several minor patches released with bug fixes and more. All things considered, this is a fantastic game and I really had a great time playing it, and I can imagine that I will continue doing so for a long time. So if you think that a first-person shooter game where giant hordes of angry warriors are coming at you while a human-sized rat with a Gatling gun is firing bullets all around your ears sounds fun, I would definitely recommend that you check this game out. We here at Seals Gaming give this game a solid 7 out of 10. As a final note for all the console players out there, it is possible to sign up for the beta on their webpage. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description below. Other than that, I want to thank you very much for watching this video, and if you liked it, throw us a like and a comment below. Or even better, if you like our content, hit that big red subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching.